We're gonna have a final talks.
Okay, we're gonna say our last words. Thanks to everybody who stayed till the very end. Yay! Yay! Michelle's coming back. So I'll end with a funny story first. So we were talking about, so Mike and I used to be co-located together in San Jose, and now Mike is at Kodak Gallery in Louisville. And so we had talked about having an event that's kind of like this over a year ago. And we finally got it together, and we're at Michelle's house, and Emilio was in as well. And so we're really excited we were able to make the event happen, and that you guys all came. So when we were trying to decide the name of the camp, one of the things we were talking about, digital imaging and video, should it be online, not online, what are the things that we're going to talk about? Mark wanted to call it Divcamp, digital and video online. Digital imaging and video online. And I told him I had to veto it because it was too much like, you know, the group Devo. I don't know how many people do. The group Devo is. They're like one-hit wonders or whatever. And they usually wear these little hats. So Mike,
I have all their albums.
They have more than one?
I have all the 78s.
No, 30. I have to say, I was at the party store and I was hoping I could find the Devo-like hat to bring to Mike, but I couldn't find one. So now when you think of Divcamp, you can think of Devo
right
and think of Mike. Yeah.
That's not funny. That's a sad story.
That's a sad story?
Maybe sad.
I think it's funny. Oh. But also I want to give special thanks to Michelle, who was able to get the Kodak scanner from the scan van and bring it and have it here. It was kind of fun. I don't know if people actually took advantage of it, but for me it was just as much fun to find old pictures as it was to actually have them scanned. So thanks to Michelle for that.
Thank you.
And so if anybody had any closing comments about things they would recommend for next time, what they liked the best, or what they wish there could have been, or whatever, please feel free to go around and speak your piece. No?
I was surprised, that I have to admit, because I was going on the faith that it would turn out okay, that I would learn, and I ended up learning more than I thought I was going to. Connecting with new stuff that I had not seen, so that was thumbs up. I especially liked the demos last night.
Excellent.
That was really cool.
Were there more people here last night?
There were some different people here last night, yes. And actually,
He's about 25.
there were probably 25, yeah.
I was just surprised at how few people showed up.
Compared to the previous one.
Well, because I thought it was an interesting subject.
Absolutely.
I thought there would be lots of people who would be interested. And I was...
So I think that could have been part of how we advertised it if people were not sure, you know, is it, because I did get questions about, well, is it technology oriented? Is it for people who like to take pictures, or people who like to take pictures don't want to come because they think it's about all the technology? And so trying to demystify that, I think, is kind of the tricky part.
Maybe it should have said Divcamp 2.0.
There you go. You can have a 2.0.
That would be the next one. So I'm glad I came. I don't know that it was as I expected, but I'm satisfied that things worked out okay. So nice to meet everybody.
I like to have also that we did have the different perspectives from users, from usability, from non-users. There's somebody that said yesterday, I hate taking pictures. And it was actually pretty cool actually to get the feedback from those persons. So I like that part a lot too. And Amir also, as a total user for his business, getting some perspective on this stuff. I like it a lot.
Great. You want to say something? You want to introduce yourself since you just came late?
I'm Eric, and I'm part of the cleanup team.
Eric got stuck in traffic, so he couldn't make it So if you want to see the cool iPhone thing on the way out, you just say, hey Eric, I want to see your iPhone thing.
Yeah, just grab me that. But anyway, no particular comments besides. Be nice to have it over 2 days over like Saturday and Sunday maybe next time.
Yeah, so there's always a different push between should it be more on the weekday or more on the weekend, and I think that's always a tension with these kind of events.
And for me, San Francisco would be easier to get to.
So we'll have a space for it next in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, we get that at Nancy.
Okay.
Cool.
And then it'll be overflowing into the street because there'll be too many people, right?
There you go.
If you do want to serve sort of non-techies, like, I come from education circles, education's not really able to take advantage of all the video and images that they create because they don't really have the tools, they don't have the time. And some of the things I saw here are solutions that really could work for them. And it'd be interesting to get more people that are kind of working with kids to see some of these things and give input into how to make it simple enough that they could actually eke out the time to use them.
So one thing I would encourage people to do is to actually sign up for the, if you use Facebook, to sign up for the Facebook user, because I essentially won't use the email list to blast people. So that would be one way to get news or post questions or things that you want to connect people with after the event.
So
Also, the YouTube notes on any of the events.
Are you in Facebook?
Yes.
So then there's a
Sorry?
Divcamp group.
To post your notes on the wiki.
Yes, if you gave a session or attended a session and there are not notes on the wiki, please feel free to go back and post the notes. Also, if you captured any pictures or videos and you want them to be included in the final Divcamp video, please follow the link to upload the assets onto the Studio Now server, and then hopefully in another week and a half or so we'll actually have the video.
Yeah, they can do it like 2 days after you get it done.
She said it might take up to a week or so, but yeah.
Stacy?
That's it.
One thing for me was it was very useful getting all the demos and about the different products. Before coming here, just looking at the Facebook group and the flyer and stuff, which was very nicely done. I like the logo. I kind of wasn't sure what it would be, what the thing would be. I think as consumers, we're all used to, 7 ways to lose weight, 10 ways to become richer, 15 ways. You know what I mean? Like we are all like bullets or things that are done, done that way or somehow.
So you needed 10 reasons to come to Divcamp?
Or whatever, yeah. Or could be like,
4 big things you should bring to Divcamp, 3 things you'll take away, or whatever.
or could be some of the.
So that's just the nature of the vehicle, is that you don't know until you get there and people decide. That's definitely difficult because frankly this conference is made by the people who did show up.
Or it could be stated that exact what you said could be stated. It just wasn't from the flyer. It wasn't clear to me what
But that's kind of important because we went through this over topics and we had these discussions all internally, and I don't think we knew it was something about digital imaging. We knew it would be something about video, which it was. But when it got right down to the subjects, unless it was something we were prepared to speak to, we had no idea whether it was going to actually happen, right?
And that's the nature of it.
Absolutely.
Right. Like that.
But we liked it because the really amazing part for me for this event was that when people were in a room, they really liked that subject. And so whatever the twist on the subject was, they were into it and they stuck with it. So I thought that the discussions always were more animated and lasted longer than a typical conference.
Cool. Well, thanks. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.